Amina was the kind of woman people noticed the moment she entered a room. Her skin was deep ebony, smooth and radiant like polished midnight. Her smile could brighten the darkest day, and her kindness made everyone around her feel welcome. Yet at Westbridge Holdings, where she worked as a junior administrative assistant, kindness was often mistaken for weakness. Every day, her colleagues mocked her. "Look at her cheap shoes. She'll never be successful. She's too quiet. She's too soft." Amina heard it all. She endured the jokes, the whispers, and the humiliation. Whenever someone dumped extra work on her desk, she accepted it without complaint. Whenever they laughed behind her back, she pretended not to hear. At night, she cried herself to sleep. Not because she believed their words, but because she wished people would see her heart instead of finding reasons to tear her down. One rainy evening, after another difficult day, Amina stayed late to finish reports nobody else wanted to do. The office was nearly empty. As she gathered her things, she accidentally bumped into a tall man stepping out of a private elevator. The papers in her hand scattered everywhere. "Oh no," she gasped. The man immediately knelt to help her. "It's my fault," he said warmly. Amina looked up. Her breath caught. He was handsome. Sharp blue eyes. A charming smile. An expensive suit. It was Ethan Harrison, the billionaire CEO and owner of the company. Amina nearly fainted. "I am sorry, sir." Ethan smiled. "You apologize too much." For the first time that day, she laughed. And Ethan couldn't stop staring at her. Not because of her beauty alone. It was her warmth. Her humility. The kindness in her eyes. Something about her felt different from everyone else. Over the next few weeks, Ethan found reasons to visit her department. He'd ask simple questions. Invite her for coffee. Check on projects she was working on. Soon their conversations became the best part of both their days. For the first time in years, Amina felt genuinely appreciated. For the first time in years, Ethan felt genuinely understood. One evening, while watching the sunset from the company rooftop, Ethan turned to her. "Amina." "Yes?" "I think I'm falling in love with you." Her eyes widened. Tears immediately filled them. Nobody had ever looked at her the way he did. Nobody had ever made her feel so valued. "I love you too," she whispered. And under the golden evening sky, they shared their first kiss. Months later, Ethan proposed. It was private. Simple. Perfect. Just the way Amina liked it. She said yes. The wedding shocked the entire city. News outlets couldn't stop talking about the billionaire CEO marrying a humble employee. But nobody was more shocked than Amina's co-workers. The same people who had spent years bullying her. Suddenly they were pretending to be her friends. But Amina remembered everything. After their honeymoon, Ethan surprised her again. During a board meeting, he announced that Amina would become the company's new executive director and partner in several major business decisions. The board unanimously approved. Amina had earned everyone's respect through hard work, integrity, and intelligence. Yet many employees didn't know about her new position. A few days later, Amina entered the office wearing an elegant black suit. Confident. Graceful. Powerful. She walked through the hallway. Then she heard familiar voices. The bullies. "Look who's here. Still acting important. Probably thinks marrying the CEO makes her special." The group laughed. For a moment, the old Amina would have stayed silent. The old Amina would have walked away. But not today. She slowly turned around. The hallway fell silent. She walked directly toward them. "You spent years trying to make me feel small." The smiles disappeared from their faces. "You mocked me when I was kind. You insulted me when I stayed silent. You confused patience with weakness." Nobody said a word. Amina stood taller. But today, I want you to understand something. Her voice was calm. Strong. People don't become powerful because they hurt others. They become powerful because they rise above those who hurt them. The employees looked down in shame. Just then, the elevator doors opened. Ethan stepped out. Behind him were several board members. Everyone froze. Ethan had heard everything. His expression darkened. You bullied my wife for years? Nobody answered. I trusted you to represent this company. Still silence. Ethan looked at human resources. Prepare termination papers immediately. The employees burst into tears. Please, sir. We're sorry. We made a mistake. Some even fell to their knees. Ethan wasn't moved. But then Amina gently touched his arm. Ethan. He looked at her. They hurt you, he said. I know. They don't deserve your kindness. Amina smiled softly. Maybe not. Then why defend them? She glanced at the trembling employees. Because somebody once showed kindness to me when I needed it most. The room became emotional. Even Ethan's eyes softened. Amina turned to her former bullies. You don't need punishment. You need growth. Tears streamed down their faces. We're sorry, Amina. We were jealous. We were cruel. We never appreciated how good you were. For the first time, their apologies were genuine. Amina nodded. I forgive you. The hallway became silent. Many employees were crying. Not because of fear, but because they had witnessed true strength. The strength to forgive. The strength to rise. The strength to remain kind after being hurt. Ethan wrapped an arm around Amina and pulled her close. At that moment, he had never been more proud. Not because she was beautiful. Not because she was successful. Not because she was his wife. But because she possessed something far rarer. A beautiful heart. As they walked away together, the employees watched with admiration. The woman they once underestimated had become their leader. The woman they once mocked had become their inspiration. And the woman who had every reason to seek revenge chose forgiveness instead. That day, Westbridge Holdings learned a lesson they would never forget. Never underestimate a kind person. Sometimes the strongest people are the ones who refuse to stop loving, even after the world gives them every reason to hate.